Still undefeated this weekend until today. EG were the team who are coming in with that winning record. Team Queso had to scrape through that lower bracket, past Dignitas, past Misfits. Those are impressive wins. But that's the same Misfits team that EG beat 4-0. So there might be something to Gregan's prediction here. That being said, you know, Queso, when they don't have any pressure on them, that's the most deadly Queso you can go up against. We saw that in the last event. They got that top 4 and they just settled down. Anything's a bonus from there. And this is just full bonus mode right now for these guys with that land spell already clinched.
Yep, full bonus mode and two teams that like to subscribe to the philosophy of full win. See who gets to take it today. Keep an eye on those cameras as well as we see our first shot pelted towards the net. Let's see who's popping off the more after some of these goals go in as Vatira tries to just find a way down to the other side of the field. Rise actually has Vatira to aim for. It's always going to be the danger. We've got players on both teams that love to make moves off the ball.
It's really cool, like you mentioned, pre-game here. EG all offering their congratulations to Team Queso as they joined this lobby. The congrats on making the land. A lot of these players, you know, they're enemies on the field, of course, and they have to do everything that they can to beat one another, but great finds off the pitch and nothing but respect between these two teams.
As well, especially given how Worlds is going to work this year, where the better your region does, the more spots you get. Everybody just wants to send their best teams, and whilst Evil Geniuses will be looking to try and get their own spot, you want to be sending Queso in this form. Actually, Joyo gets the reset. Get used to seeing that. You're not going to see too many bumper hits. Instead, everyone here loves to get that flip reset, continue to play after the fact.
Yeah, this is, you know, the real scary thing. Oh, what a goal by Ivan. He just stuck in the back post here. And although it looked like Queso might have control, Joyo not able to get up quickly enough as he turns to defend the back post top corner. Good positioning by Ivan, beats into it. Just by virtue of being in a better place when they started racing to the ball.
Yeah, Joyo was in a really tough spot there where it was actually the post that seemed to get in his way a little bit. Didn't quite know where it was going to pop up. X taking back over for his team. Fantastic start here for Evil Geniuses. As we do see a shot come across this time. Joyo good enough. Rise has got to try and find some way out. He's done a great job, actually. Lines it up for Vatira off the backboard. And something that Team Queso have done exceptionally well at is just finding small gaps on the backboard to set themselves up for an aftershot. Something that Evil Geniuses need to stay very wary of. So far, Evil Geniuses looking solid, taking their time, not falling for any bait either, just taking the opportunities when they are given them.
Joyo still so hard to read in the air there again with the late dodge into the ball. It's covered well by Evil Geniuses. They're actually taking a different approach from BDS, who have already beaten Queso in this event. BDS making sure to challenge every single aerial play as early as possible. EG trusting themselves to just cover all angles by spreading out in defense against the Team Queso aerial offense. I've got to say though, like, I'd rather see some early challenges coming through, because it doesn't matter how well you can position against Queso, they always seem to find a way through. Huge pinch by Joyo, Rise to the follow-up, and no one is able to get back for that one from Evil Geniuses. Joyo continues to be unbelievably unpredictable.
Yeah, Ivan thought he could turn around and wait for whatever came towards him. Instead, Pinch zips past his car, bounces off the wall. That's one of the easier finishes that Team Queso might see throughout this series. That's the danger, though. Team Queso are very good at playing from behind. They proved it yesterday, but they're going to have to do it yet again. Ivan catches the ball, waits for his chance, and I love the way he slowed this down. Made sure that Rise's car had to stop.
Yeah, great stuff from Ivan to take his time and make that as difficult for Rise as possible. I'm surprised that Rise didn't just throw in a challenge there, because he knew he's all alone. There's no point in trying to wait and stall. No one's coming back. Vatira and Joyo completely out of the game there, so not the best kickoff by Team Queso to end up in that position. You know, Rise has got a bit of a 1v1 background, so I really just expected him to go for it there. Just maybe a reverse challenge, or maybe just a dive-in challenge. Just do something proactive, so you're never going to be the favorite from that range without a pre-jump.
No, it's almost like he expected the shot first time around. Actually, he's going to get another one here.
Hey.
And Ivan, well ahead of him, started to terrorize Rise on the field. As Vatira actually outpaced as well, something that's very rare. We did not get this yesterday. We casted these guys against BDS. Queso doing a great job of understanding when they were beat to the ball. That was not a good example of that.
Yeah, that's Vatira committing as third man, and usually when you see a third man committing in Rocket League, you know they'll at least expect to get a 50-50 at worst. But as you can see, Vatira just getting beaten to the ball, so clearly he wasn't close enough to be going without backup, certainly. But you know, that's not entirely on him. Just like Rise in the previous play, Queso aren't backing one another up here. They're not recovering quickly enough into position defensively. You know, that's kind of forcing these third men to make difficult decisions, and they are getting outplayed. Clinical stuff from Ivan. He is just scoring with every single opportunity he gets.
Well, has another shot. That one's not going to get past Rise. Catalysm off the backboard. Here goes Rizex.
Wow.
4-1. And Evil Geniuses have stormed ahead of this series.
Yeah, just another small mistake from Queso defense. This time Rise not getting the touch that he wanted. He's trying to control the ball. It goes away from him as he trips on the post. And again, it's clinical EG Catalysm smashing the ball off the back wall to give an easy shot to Rizex. How long can EG keep this up though? This is brilliant stuff for the Catalysm. Really makes it 5.
This is the dream start for Evil Geniuses. Vatira showing off a little bit of what he's capable of. Catapulted the ball back into the air. Joyo now takes his time. 5 boost, won't be a problem for the time being. Vatira back in. This game looks like it's lost to them, but if they can get a goal off this push, they might be able to make something of it. It has to be quick. Joyo looks to try and provide exactly that. With that clear, Ivan more than locked it up. And Evil Geniuses, they were full of compliments heading into this game. Now they're full of just destructive offense.
They just don't miss in this game. The shooting is on point. Catalysm snipes that top corner. And once again, a solo defender for Queso at the back has absolutely no chance. There's no ball pressure for Queso as they come back into their half here. Obviously, at the end of the game, they have committed everybody forward just in the hunt of some kind of late comeback. But the
that might be six. That is better.
It's going to be a completely one-sided game.
Rise has already declared that he's changing car.
He's letting everybody know in the game
he's done with it.
Car. You know, he's decided to go with standard one here. He was playing the Octane, which we're used to seeing from him.
Fennec time.
Well, that would be the most expected one, but with Vatira, or rather with Joyo in something a bit special, maybe Rise is going to bring out something special as well. Let's wait and find out. But yeah, the defense from Queso has to be better. They're leaving each other alone at the back, and when you're isolated at the back, you are not going to have a good time. So it's all about positioning here, all about recoveries for Queso if they are going to stop this EG offense.
Yeah, I mean, we've got 4 goals there from Ivan off 7 shots, so he's been having a great time. And as you said, getting those shots exactly where they need to be. Everything is hitting top bins. You know, yes, they've been given too many opportunities, but when you see shooting like this, you get a little bit more comfortable that this is something that's going to be replicatable here for Evil Geniuses throughout the rest of this series. But for Evil Geniuses, we don't know what's on stake for them. We don't know they cannot lock in today, but they can really get their push going to grab Hollow on those spots, Johnny. And that's so important because they were one of those teams that were in contention at the end of fall. And it got away from them. It felt like everybody didn't want to go. We saw every team that could win to potentially grab one of those spots just end up losing, and they were among them.
Yeah, it's great to see these 3 teams who underperformed at the end of last season, or the end of last split, I should say, all stepping up this split. Those being EG, we saw Misfits just moments ago nearly taking down Queso, and Queso themselves. These are all teams who didn't make the major, but all at different points clearly had results and ability to do so, or at least get in that conversation. And who else is going to step up as the season goes on? We've still yet to see KC peak. We've still yet to see whether Vitality are going to get that return to farm. I
want to see if Misfits. This is the new norm for Misfits.
That
was the first bounce for Ivan. Oh, we've all been there. We've all seen it. And unfortunately, it doesn't get any less painful. Ivan had to launch himself, and he just saw the ball bounce away from him.
Yeah, Catalysm had an open net, really. He should just score, but he didn't want to hit it softly. He didn't want to give any chance of a last man getting back there. And Joyo will open the scoring at the other end of the field. So, bit of a mistake there by Catalysm in one end of the field. Ivan in defense. EG have only got themselves to blame for this one.
Quick note, by the way. We noted that it was Rise in the Octane, wasn't it, when he went to Switch?
Is he back in the Octane?
He's still in the Octane. Maybe he's removed. He's gone full Stocktane on us for this one.
Oh no, he's got the wheels and the boost look a bit different, but yeah, very standard car. I love that.
There's some really strong placebo if this ends up working.
Well, Vatira changed from Fennec to Octane, and Joyo is still in. I don't even know what car this is. Everybody in the live chat is gonna have to help us out here, but yeah, Rise doesn't need to change the vehicle, just a preset. Now he's feeling great.
Catalysm with Rizex on the far side. Quite direct the pass down, despite the fact that Rizex was being bullied on his way to it. And that's another shot. That's another goal. Oh. Well, we spent the last game talking about Evil Geniuses shooting. This is certainly a very strong competition to it.
Oh, that's a delicious strike from Joyo.
Wow.
Completely upside down with the air roll. Slaps it into the top corner. Brilliant technique to get that lift onto the shot. Everybody telling us that this is a Mustang. So, yeah, there you go, chat. We're from the UK, so you'll see a lot of Mustangs over here. But thank you for the help as always. Twitch chat always so quick to aid us when we're in needing.
Somebody has the right information and everybody else can, parrot it. It's great. Always get the right answer somewhere. And whether or not EG have got the answer to this, it's a shot too high. Almost landed on it. To get the double tap off the backboard, and Rizex unfortunately clattered into as he wanted to try and get the follow-up shot. Rizex now takes his time, doesn't catch the ball the way he would like to, but he's still going. There's Joyo to take the challenge, and Joyo does incredibly well just to wait for his opportunity. It's now all on Evil Geniuses. Got 2.5 minutes. Trying to find some way through. Vatira, good play over the top, but it's back over to Rizex. That's dropping. That's dropping.
Oh!
It's an own goal. Yes, it is by Rise. And he's going to not enjoy this replay.
Yeah, sorry for watching this one back, Rise, but we have to take a look at what happened. Joyo getting bumped. Rise didn't anticipate this with his positioning and kind of panicked. And he has stuck that one in the top corner of his own net. Of course, he's trying to hit it out off the post, but even professionals make mistakes time to time. 1-goal game. EG for the team to make mistakes early on in this one. Now, a gift from Queso in game 2.
Oh, Vatira tried to take the gift away.
Get the receipt on that one.
Yeah. You imagine him being one of those ones that ask for the receipts with Christmas presents. Just in case.
You just have to give it, It's sometimes you just have no faith in your ability to know what to get.
True. Oh, actually, that's going to be opportunity now for Vatira to take back over. Joyo was downfield. He would have liked at least 20 boosts to become a target man. Well played. Diving in, though. Leaves one player left against Catalysm. Not a position you like to be in, but for once, the shot not in the top bins. And that gave the defender a little bit of an easier time.
Okay.
And Rise has got one back. He's made up for the own goal, and the team has got a 2-goal lead all over again.
Ivan barely not getting there. He was absolutely just pacing back there to try and get to the back wall in time. And he missed red where the ball was bouncing. Rise doing a really good job to just ignore Ivan in that play, because if you're jumping for a shot there, you can't be waiting to see if the touch on the back wall happens. You just have to imagine it's not happening, or else you're never going to have a chance of reacting to what's in front of you. Oh, I don't think Rise is going to have any clue what's going on in this game, because everything that he's touching is starting into weirdness. Did Vatira actually... Did he land on top of the defender here to stop the save? It looked like there was a player coming in for the save on that one. I think Vatira just sat on top of Ivan. So what looked like a really weird play from Ivan, Vatira actually just landed on him there. So that is a massive outplay. And it happened so fast that it just looked like Ivan didn't jump.
Well, at this rate, it looks like we're going to have a close series with 2 not very close games. 7-1 or 6-1? It was a blowout in the last one, but Ivan... That's mean. You can't be saving like that out of nowhere. 45 seconds left. Evil Geniuses not really in the best spot to make a proper game of this, especially with Joyo in control. He's going to try and drop onto this. Does a solid job. Rise avoids being demoed. Expect chaos because Rise is on the ball. Intentional or not, he is been the one to at least provide. Joyo off the backboard. With 20 seconds left, and that ball heading straight towards Vatira's grasp. We have yet another one that we can call pretty early. It's hard for us to get a grasp right now of where this series is going, Johnny, because both teams have had performances, either in the first game or the second one, that you would not expect to see them replicating in the next one.
It's something that I'm more worried about for Evil Geniuses, though, because we know that Queso are going to be able to bounce back. They've done so several times in this event already, and we haven't seen that yet from EG. They only just now entered the lower bracket for the first time, so whether they'll be able to shake off things going wrong remains to be seen. Obviously, if you look back to the group stage, they were able to get a reverse sweep in there against Carmine Corp, but that's a really different setting than lower bracket final against Team Queso. Queso as well, they've just got that X factor these days. They're going to score goals, they're going to pop off, and they're probably going to win games. It's purely based on their own skill. Whereas EG, unless they can play that brutally efficient style we saw in game one and just not make any mistakes, I'm much less confident of their ability to just grind out wins in this particular matchup. Yeah, you can't just park the bus against Queso.
No, definitely not. We've already seen so many times just how good Queso are at just taking their time and finding their spots. But for Evil Geniuses, again, this is a great spot for them to be in. We have been waiting for them. They were the team that we saw throughout the entirety of offseason that we were like, all right, there's a tournament. Queso, they've gone out and won it. Evil Geniuses have won this one. There's no one. All right, yeah, there they are. German Amigos at the time, just winning everything whilst all of the other teams were taking a little bit of time, but it wasn't translating into the opening split of the season. They got close.
Yeah.
This is the team we were hyping up when we came in. First pre-show, we're talking which teams are we looking forward to seeing. This was the team we wanted to see more of. We didn't get it. We're forced to wait, but that patience has been rewarded.
Yeah, Evil Geniuses with by far their best event of the entire season, but they would rather that best event continues. They want another shot at BDS later on today, of course. But not just that, in the grand scheme of things, they really do need this. Put themselves in a good standing overall. They're currently 4th in the rankings, but with how chaotic and how brutal the group format is, you can't rely on that. You want to get as far up there as possible, put as many points between you and Endpoint and Misfits as you can.
Yeah, it always feels like there's just always one team that misses out that you thought was pretty comfortable. Evil Geniuses do not want to be that team again. Joyo over and up off the backboard. No, Ivan gets crucial contact. Then wiped out through the smoke screen for Tira. Smashes his way through. Rise once again looking for the backboard and see. Nobody really wants to just loiter over there. Made it a little bit more of a target zone for both teams. Rise. Nobody in the midfield for him. Instead gets the block. Solid defense though from Evil Geniuses. They've stopped the bleeding. Now try and settle themselves into this third game. Ivan actually does have a few options. He's gone for Calism, wants to get it back, and immediately realizes that that one's not one that he's going to see again. 1-2 not working out. More pressure happening here from Team Queso, and it feels like they've had to see less of the ball in order to get that pressure. A great job of positioning. Oh my goodness, Joyo almost found a way over the top.
Well, it's clear these days Queso are just better mechanically than pretty much anyone, especially when it comes to the unpredictable mechanics and flip resets. These guys are just simply on another level, so that's not how EG are going to beat them. If they beat them, it needs to look like game one. It has to be efficiency, it has to be positioning, it has to be clinical finishing. But we haven't seen too much of that. As now another shot goes towards Rise, and Rise has done really well with this. It's here the flip reset and defense just to buy some more time. Can EG keep Queso in this spot? Can they keep on getting that ball back into the danger area?
More importantly, can they spot out the counterattacks?
Ooh.
Already know that Team Queso would love to just hold a player in the midfield. Actually, Vatira might be the option this time. He's not made any contact. The Rise is still around. Never a traditional rotation here from Team Queso. Now they look to try and swarm. Joyo drops it to himself off the backboard. Asks a question of Ivan. Ivan doesn't get it. Rise to himself. This time Rizek's going to take it away. So over 2 minutes left here. Both teams looking to create chances. Early play there from Ivan. Did not want to get bumped. You can see now they're starting to utilize that backboard defense a little bit more. They've had to. Evil Geniuses are under immense pressure, but they're holding off.
Yeah, it was all about the boost management there for Evil Geniuses. They didn't panic. They didn't waste their boost. They just knew that they're going to be on the back foot for a while. That's fine. We've seen from EG throughout this weekend, they're quite happy. Just let the ball come to them in these positions. You do have to get out eventually. You can't sit there for, you know, really extended periods of time. But when they are inevitably in those positions, briefly, it's all about the boost management, and they did brilliantly there to just save what they had. Actually, maybe even fake Queso into thinking that they were more boost starved than they actually were.
Up to the corner then, Ivan. As we're trying to find some breathing room for the team. I've actually done it. Rizek gets the ball back. It's a fantastic position there for Joyo to play it. Gets it back down to Rise. Ivan's gone. Rise, flip reset over the top. And that's the reason why you challenge early. Make life so much easier for your final defender. Textbook defending there by Evil Geniuses, and now they've got their own opportunity. Joyo had to make contact because Ivan, we've seen how good his shooting is today.
Yeah, I think you gotta expect Queso to make those touches. This is you know, well into the series now. We're not in game one anymore, where Queso are coming in after a very short break from their previous series. They've definitely settled into this one. They figured out what preset they want to run. Oh, but a 50. Right, Vatira's going to get goal side of the first shot. Joyo in front of the second one. Evil Genius is still lurking around this area, but Ivan didn't have any boost to make a play.
Yeah, what a play that was from Rice, just to go and sneak behind him and grab a hold of it. It meant Ivan couldn't turn back around. And they had to give it up for at least a moment. Evil Genius is right back over. Ivan flicks the ball up. Straight over to Rise. Sets it up for Joyo. Rise can now become a passing option. It's not the best pass. Thankfully, Vatira, exactly where he has to be. 4 minutes and 50 seconds of Rocket League played. Not a single goal scored. Can we get one, or are we going to require overtime? Final opportunity coming in. Who's there for it? It's Ivan. Palms the ball away. Catalysm now. Tassin finding the ball to the floor. He actually want to do it. He tried to create a play of his own. Is he going to regret that? Here's Joyo. Was out of boost. But still, we keep going on. Vatira over towards the backboard. That's going to drop down dangerously, but Joyo beats the ball.
It's another impressive defensive stand from Evil Geniuses. Now here comes the transition. Vatira's got the backboard covered. Catalysm thinking about keeping this one up. He does. Rizik's the only player who's got any boost in this position, and he'll be quite glad that we've got into overtime, I think. Queso have got that mechanical skill. You feel like it's only a matter of time before somebody makes a pop-off play to win this one. Can Evil Geniuses keep shutting down plays and stopping these attacks before they even turn into shots on net?
Yeah, they've done really well at that, and I've really also been impressed by both teams' ability just to recognize where true opportunities lie, as that's such a good shot! Rise has given us a worthy winner!
Well, that's what we were expecting. You can only stay on the back foot for so long against Team Queso. What a tournament Rise is having. Getting more involved in the attack and making huge plays, the likes of which we're expecting from his teammates after the first event of this split. You have to feel for EG though. They were defending well. They were shutting down the Queso offense with their early challenges, with their boost management, with their team defense. But eventually, Queso are going to find a way through. They are just too good. If you wait too long against them, you're just inevitably going to concede.
I mean, exceptional work. You've gone 5 minutes without Queso finding a goal-scoring opportunity. That is good. Like, straight up, that is fantastic. But you need to create your own opportunities. You've got to find a way through. And this is huge. This entire tournament is maybe, even if Team Queso don't go on to win it, I think this is a big, big statement for Team Queso, because last time it was the Vatira show. But how many times have we had to say this recently where you cannot win these tournaments with just one player? You cannot go to the majors and just rely on one player. You need everybody to be able to step up. And now we're seeing it. Their Joyo and Rise are having the tournament of their lives. It has been fantastic to see where Vatira, yes, he's been quieter. Maybe there's some people out there that are disappointed by the fact that we haven't been treated to Vatira magic after Vatira magic. But if you are a fan of Team Queso, this is what you are after.
Oh, 100%. Oh, what a block by Ivan. Joyo's still on the goal line, ready for the follow. Catalysm tries shooting low underneath pre-jumps, and it's worked out. Ivan pounces before the recoveries could come through to open the score for Evil Geniuses. I actually really like that by Catalysm. You know, you might think that he should be just blasting that into a top corner, but he's anticipating pre-jumps because Queso are so known for that, and they are looking very jumpy in these positions. So it just makes it shot as awkward as possible to clear, and his teammates got the easy goal to follow him up.
He had 3 Queso defenders on the goal line. You've kind of expect it.
Goodness.
There's another shot, and Evil Geniuses have got their second. It's another time where just waiting and checking your opportunities is the right decision.
Brilliant positioning by Catalysm. We saw a similar goal from Ivan to start off game 1, where he's just ready at the back post to jump up if the ball kicks across the box. And meanwhile, the defender's having to turn and chase after the ball. So you've always got the advantage in that position, not just because you're getting there first, but you can actually see the play as you're coming in.
Vatira is going to have to try and lead his team out of this particular scenario. They're already down by 2, not even a minute into this game. Rise infield, well intercepted. Ivan not messing about. He'd already started moving before the pass had started. That was required. Evil Geniuses have proven how good they are at holding a team down. They might go up by 3.
Oh.
Instead, it's Joyo that takes back over. Crossbar OP on this scenario.
It's just really well worked by Evil Geniuses. They're managing to influence 50-50s. They're managing to play these challenges in such a way that the ball's bouncing out towards teammates of theirs. And, you know, some times it looks random because it's just a 50-50. But the way that they're lining themselves up in these plays really puts them in spots where not really a lot can go wrong, and there's definitely a big upside to where the ball's bouncing. As again, they managed to get the ball across the box to that back post. It doesn't set up a goal this time, but it does set up a boost steal for Ivan, who's in that same spot, waiting at the far post for the ball to come to him.
Oh, Rizex is trying to find some way out. He's stuck in the corner. This is now Queso, exactly where they do some of their best work, but this is also where Evil Geniuses do their best defense. Almost caught Rise on the 2v1. Tira making sure there's nobody behind him that can just pounce onto the pass. Rise now off the backboard. He's got an opportunity for Joyo. Takes the shot and had to do better.
Yeah, it's a rare miss hit by Joyo. To almost getting shown how it's done by Ivan at the other end. Woodwork being rattled in game number 4 several times by Evil Geniuses. This is still a long, long way to go. And Queso have shown that they're very good at managing the time that they have remaining in games, really pressing more and more in Game 7 against Misfits when they were behind. So we are going to see that commitment from them. Sometimes it causes them to concede more, but no point in holding back when you're already down. Goal difference doesn't make any difference at all this late in the tournament.
Queso are one of those teams where the difference in playstyle when they're at 0-0 between and 1-0 down is so vast. Might be one of the most stark changes that we see across the entire league. Going to need some of that here. Down by 2. 2 minutes left, but it's always calculated risks. And might actually have one here. Rise downfield. Couldn't get enough contact on Riz's car, but that might be the setup. Catalysm jumps. Joyo ends up leaving it. It's off the backboard again. Boost management will start to be tested here by Evil Geniuses. Got to make the right decisions and not send the double commits. Oh, Vatira tried to be cheeky, and he's given up some pressure.
The passing coming through again, but once more. Hard read from Evil Geniuses. Rizix predicting the pass, cutting it off. They're stopping shots before they happen. It's just like what we saw in the last game. The difference now is that they're already ahead, so this is a great strategy to be going for. If you're tied against Queso, I really don't like seeing this, because eventually they're going to make a goal happen. They're going to make a goal-scoring chance, but yeah, I think that there's a decent shot EG can hold on for a minute and change.
Already done it once before. He got caught out by the overtime in the last game. Rizex with Ivan. Ivan having some arguments over on the wall. Rizex once again over the top of Vatira. Joy already jumping on in. Rise is going for it. Here we go. Team Queso. All out offense. And now with 1 minute left, the switch is flipped. They're going to go for this now. They realize they've got to find a goal. But here's the other part to it. He can get caught on the counterattack. Joyo back over. Vatira, he's gone for it. But these passes cannot find their target. And it's not Queso's fault. Just how quickly Evil Geniuses are reading them and intercepting.
Yeah, sometimes a bit too telegraphed here from Team Queso, as EG continue to predict almost every passing play that they're making. Where are the solo plays from Queso? In these scenarios, you might as well just go yourself. If you're passing and it's getting intercepted, that's you and the player you passed to gone from the play for a moment. But if you can just get up into the air, force a favorable exchange, like we've seen from Queso so many times, that's how they're going to get players out of the game from Evil Geniuses. That's how they're going to outplay. It's not going to happen though. EG easily hold on at the end of this game, denying Queso pretty much from start to finish, only giving them 2 shots there. And I mean, we saw one wicked redirect.
One was asking a lot.
Yeah, it was definitely, you know, there were some pretty decent chances, but still limited.
Yes. Evil Genius is doing exactly what they have to do. And one of the points you made there, Johnny, that I think we need to harp on here is, whilst they are intercepting these passes, they are obvious. And it's not even obvious in a way of, oh, we can see what you're doing. It's, we can actually anticipate what you're doing because you keep doing it the same way every single time. They are always passing across the middle of the field. So as long as you've got a player ready to just run onto this, it doesn't matter which way it's going. I'd love to see these teams just pass wide a little bit more often, pass to a player on the wall, and let them set up the solo play from there where they can't be challenged for a while. Instead, they're trying for these one-touch passing plays where they're going left side of the field to the right side of the field. It's not quite working. There's always somebody around for EG.
Yeah, it's just all about the mix-ups for Team Queso, and that's why they are so dangerous. Is they individually they have so many options at their disposal. When you see an air dribble from Team Queso player, it could be several things happening there. You know, it could be a flip reset, double flip reset, could be a mind game, could be a dunk. There's so many things you've got to cover. Whereas, you know, some of these passing plays that they're lining up in the last game, there's pretty much only one thing you've got to cover, and that is the angle of the pass. So, want to see more options from Team Queso. Want to see less predictability in the setup, and that is likely going to stem from solo plays. But who knows? Maybe they'll spot opportunities to start passing as well. Rizik's actually got one here as he goes high off the back wall. Catalism just waits on the ground, deciding that jumping for that one would be a bit too ambitious.
I'm looking forward to seeing in this game, actually. That shot's going to start dipping, and Vatira had to make sure that he was on his balls of his feet. I really want to see here from Evil Geniuses whether or not they can just maintain the different strategy. We already know how good their defense has been. They've held Team Queso to 1 goal in the last 2 games, and that even required overtime. Actually, Vatira, he's the option. He's got it. Oh, what a shot.
And this is set up by a team pinch as well. Joyo coming out of the inside of his own net, chips it with Rise. Vatira's lurking downfield. And yeah, you can't really blame Catalism for failing to save that shot. Absolutely smashed on target by the Frenchman who's back in the Fennec. He's switched it again, Shogun. He can't get comfortable, it would seem.
Well, as long as it's got the Octane hitbox, he seems to be happy. It's not something that you can really complain about too much. But yeah, it does seem to be after every single loss, even after some wins. We do get a change, and almost Rizek's catching a little bit of a break with the way that ball ended up leaving. Off the wall, Rise, 0 boost, requires Vatira's help. How far forward is the third man going to be? Joyo instead was getting pressured on the backfield. Rizek's now sees Joyo pre-jump. They're not happy with that. Yeah, good for you, mate. We're going to take this back to our own corner, start to create another opportunity for ourselves. Infield to Catalism. Not the same sort of power. Vatira scoffs at the shot that came towards him.
It's really interesting to see EG consistently hit infield passes from 50-50s. It's, you know, kind of like an infield 50, I suppose. But yeah, maybe some of the fault is on Queso for leaving the infield open while they've challenged in the back corners. But EG are doing it again and again. As once more, Ivan collects an infield pass and just puts it into the back of the net. Vatira couldn't get back to the ball fast enough, and unfortunately for Rise, he couldn't get goal side quick enough either.
Yeah, always so deadly if you just can't quite notice who's on that wall still. You try and clear the ball out using it. So 1 each. This is to try and get yourself match point. BDS waiting in the wings in our grand finals. They will need to be beaten twice in order to be eliminated. They hold all the cards. To see who can stay in it though. Joyo off the backboard, tried for the reset. Instead, now he's got Vatira, and Vatira didn't need power because the keeper was already beat.
It's just all eyes on Joyo on that play. Rizik's pre-jumping because he's expecting Joyo to hit the triple tap with the reset thrown in the middle. That's how much respect Rizik's has for Joyo's aerial ability. He just assumes that's got to be on target. It's Joyo. But this time Joyo actually just misses the ball, calls early, and his teammate's got an easy shot behind him.
Oh, Ivan, great play to get it back to Cataclysm. Did not allow it to roll back over to an opposing player. Off the back wall, Evil Genius is looking for their chance. Vatira, happy to scoop that ball away. Off the backboard, actually, Ivan's got a chance. Instead, backs down, saw Joyo coming back. Eyes lit up for a moment, and instead, still staying around. Zero boost, so Ivan's going to be late on the rotation back. Doesn't need it, though. Catalysm, loads of time, stealing, reset, doesn't hit the ball. Rizex to finish. Rizex does finish.
And they've actually managed to hit Queso with a bit of their own medicine there, as all eyes were on the ceiling shot coming in, which ended up not making contact. You know, sometimes when you go for a pre-jump play, you end up looking pretty silly because the whip will outplay you.
Both these teams just have so much respect. There is never even the thought that they can't do it when you see the attacking player come forward, and that is now being used against the other team so much. Just the threat that you know that I can do this. Now do you think that I will? Joyo takes back over. It's gonna be a little bit strapped for options. Off the wall, Vatira had to drop back down. Not a position that you typically want to be playing that from. Didn't have a choice in the matter. Vatira now over the top of one. And Evil Geniuses, if this game has gone through, are looking so solid. They've managed to lock Queso down. Now what can they do with it? Ace, on the other hand, they need to stay in control of their own boost amounts and find a way out of this.
It's a pure clash of styles at the moment. No nonsense Rocket League by EG versus full nonsense Rocket League from Team Queso. Every single play they're making is, you know, as impossible to predict for their own teammates as it is for the opponents. But neither style proven to come out on top in Game 5 with only 35 seconds left in the game. All EG territorially.
It's a big swing game. Who can get the big goal to go along with it? Ivan just gets clattered out of the way. No way to follow up that one. Cataclysm decides to try and take it by himself. He's the one that managed to set up earlier on. Can't get past all three players of Team Queso. Tira, oof, almost saw the ball land over to him. Rise off the backboard, ceiling, reset, gets the setup, and Joyo isn't going to be there for it. Difficult play to read overall. And we might need yet another overtime. Or maybe not. Catalysm. Zero boost. Wouldn't have got to it anyway. The dangerous end for Team Queso.
Yeah, the quantity of shots definitely going strongly in EG's favor, but it's all about that quality for Team Queso. They're looking for that one huge outplay. They're looking for that one play that EG will not be able to read. That'll eventually cause the defense to crumble. EG are swarming. Or were swarming as we approach overtime. Now they're the ones under pressure. And let's see who will come out on top of the clash of styles. Once again, stealing reset for Rise. And the save from Rizex at the near post. Joyos is well following up. He's hit the post. And Rizex, under all that pressure, has kept the ball safe.
How is that not in? There was so many different ways that could have gone. But it's the way Evil Geniuses would have hoped for. They're still under pressure. Top corner! Oh, Rise was never going to hit it anywhere else.
And once again, it's the unpredictability of Joyo that's causing problems in the final third for Evil Geniuses. EG's Ivan had no boost to play with there, just had to keep up his momentum so as not to completely run away from the play there. Rise, far too good with the shot. And too many options to cover there for Ivan. Can't really fault him for ending up boost starved there. Obviously, Evil Geniuses just let it slip at the end with their defensive rotation. You're usually seeing two people or two, maybe even three players ready to defend in every single instance for EG. Not that time, and they have called the timeout. As you can see, they try to figure out how to solve the Queso problem.
I mean, I think right now, if they're going to get anywhere with this, they've got to figure out Joyo a little bit because he's just so frustrating to play against. What's the phrase that we heard an awful lot at the major? He's just there. You don't know why he's just there, but he's doing something, and it's menacing just to look at him because they're all capable of outplays. Joyo and Rise having a fantastic tournament for themselves, and now only one more win away from getting themselves into their second straight grand finals. If you needed any more proof that this team has arrived on the European stage, there can be no more questioning it. But for Evil Geniuses, how big is this match? They've got to get this. They can get so much breathing room between themselves and that top 5. And as we said, that group stage is brutal, man. You don't want to be heading into that tournament without every single possible thing going your way.
Yeah, it's absolutely, more important for EG to win this because Queso have already qualified for the major. But that's not to say that it isn't important for Queso to win in the context of the major, because seeding is going to matter a lot. You look at how brutal the groups are online, regionally. Now just imagine how scary those groups are going to be on LAN. That's going to be crazy to see. Obviously, going in as an EU 1 seed will give you a much better group draw than even an EU 2 seed or an EU 3 seed. So it is important for Queso. It's still a big deal for them, but I don't think they'll be thinking about that right now. They've already made major. That's going to be enough for the enough thinking about the future for one event. Now they're just fully focused on getting as much out as they can out of these matchups. But yeah, for those of you back home, remember it's very, very important. In Queso making 2 grand finals in a row, that would just guarantee that they're coming out number 1 at the end of this event.
Yeah, it's certainly short-term work for long-term gain. As we now get into game number 6. Team Queso against Evil Geniuses. Underway. Can Evil Geniuses convert this timeout into sending us into Champions Field? Or Team Queso just a step too far for them? Here right now, Catalysm, he's been the main provider of these goal-scoring opportunities. He's been creating the best chances that they've had. Might have even got another one. Bounces down. No follow-up. Ivan realized that he didn't want to take that challenge, didn't want to overcommit. And it's now back to the drawing board here for Evil Geniuses.
Yeah, Evil Geniuses continuing to rely on that structure that they play with, just positioning so that they can quickly attack the backboard. There is again Ivan ready to get up as soon as the pass comes through, and it's coming in from that far angle, making it very difficult for the defender to beat you to the ball. That's EG's game plan. It's all about efficiency. It's all about positioning. And meanwhile, Queso, all about mechanics and unpredictability.
And Queso are more than capable of fighting back from these positions. We have seen, but we've also seen Evil Geniuses are more than capable of staying with a clean sheet for over 5 minutes. Constant battle of styles throughout this entire series. Here's Rise, got his chance.
Oh,
and Catalysm lingers in the goal. Didn't take a single moment before he was straight onto that ball. Use that 1-goal lead for his team. Now tries to set up Ivan yet again. Had 4 goals in the first game. He'd love to try and get even half of those in this 6th one. Joyo tries to escape. He's not done it. Catalysm one-on-one. Batira didn't stand a chance.
What a play by Catalysm. Joyo looking to offload that into the back corner. Doesn't manage, but that first touch and shot combo from Catalysm, completely undefendable. Top corner, in off the post as well. And it all happened so fast, but obviously you have to look at what Joyo's doing there. Did he need to play that as complicated, that complicated sequence like he did? Probably not, but that's what we love about Queso, as Joyo now going all the way. Is that triple reset from one end of the pitch to the other?
One.
Joyo going
2.
all the way himself. He almost got a 3rd one here. I would have loved to see him land on the ball while he goes in for the bump, but he only got 2. So yeah, he needs to work on that, clearly.
Well, at least his confidence is not shot after the previous goal. Joyo, just a highlight reel all by himself. Gets his team right back into this off his mistake. Batira now looks to try and set something up. Ground pinch isn't going to quite get there for him. Rizex, reset. 2nd reset. Oh, we're going to get that 3rd. We're starting to look for it now. There's the wall dashes as well. Keeps the pace going for Rise. 0 boost, 0 problems. Batira ceiling. Takes the challenge. That's now a good spot for the rest of his team to play. Joyo ended up jumping for it. At least Rise by himself. Rise was beat to the ball. But of all things, that was the bounce that the defense needed to see. Slowed the play down a little bit. It has allowed Team Queso to set himself back up.
And more key interceptions from EG. whether it's a knock-on pass or an infield pass, anything kind of pass that's being attempted by Team Queso, getting read and shut down more often than not. But that doesn't stop them from being a constant offensive threat. Joyo pretty much causing problems for both teams, I would say, in this game. As the classic long car experience. Who knows what's going to happen anytime that he's near the ball? Does he even know himself?
The wild card. And they at least find some way, though, of getting this one back. Catalysm, he is everywhere right now. He has really come into his own as we head into the last stages of this series. The best first touch from Rizex. He invites Rise back in, and Rise doesn't need much of an invitation. Catalysm with Ivan, but instantly intercepted. Oh, no, he wasn't. That was a fantastic challenge. Ivan continues on with it. Great play, though, from Rise. Faked out the first one, gave Vatira a chance to get back. Just knocks the ball on yet again. These players from Team Queso could be anywhere on the pitch. You've got to try and keep track of them. Otherwise, it's just one clear into a redirect, and suddenly you're under so much pressure.
This is pressure for Ivan. Last man back does well. Defending against Vatira. But now infield for Joyo. He's going to slam that. It's off the post and out. Queso within a whisker of scoring.
Ivan now sets up. Good challenge. Going to land for them. Catalysm off the backboard. Chance to break away now, but Rise's first touch wasn't good enough. Gave Rizex an easier challenge. Just over a minute left here. Joyo with the challenge from Ivan. 2 players needed, 2 players committed. A shot from Rizex and can't hit that better.
You know, I really think it might be time for Octane Joyo, because this is not it. See, that also came off another player in the first place, but yeah, a lot of these touches going wayward in defense. We might, with the amount of card changes we've seen this game, in this series, might be seeing one here for the Wonder Kid. Okay, so I've just been trying to read as much as EG have. EG continuing to be consistent. They're continuing to be that efficient lineup, and you know, the German efficiency shouldn't surprise us, really. That's what they're all about. 2-goal lead. Trying to make that game 7. What a huge result this would be for EG's split. And even EG's season.
Oh, Rizex takes the ball back down. This is such crucial challenges from him. Just sending all 3. They've got all offense. They've got themselves the 4th. And I can hear the call of Champions Field on its way, Johnny. Ivan, he is the person that you want taking these shots, and just made sure it was on target.
Yeah, great work as well from Catalysm after making the initial play, just completely blocking Joyo from recovering and getting a save. They're absolutely in the driver's seat now going into that last game, but will Vatira get any kind of consolation goal? Catalysm not going to give them that either. EG sticking to the game plan. They're not trying to do anything crazy. They're not falling into that trap that so many teams fall into against Queso. You can't out-mechanic these guys. You can't out-flare them. But apparently, if you're Evil Geniuses, you can just play efficient, consistent, and no-nonsense Rocket League and get the job done. It's the quantity of their shots that they're pulling out in this matchup. Very much in the lead against Queso. Even if, you know, you're looking at some of the Queso shots and thinking, yeah, I don't really want to defend that one. I'd much rather defend the kind of peppering shots that EG are throwing at the backboard occasionally. You know, like, that's just as effective, it would seem, at getting goals, especially when Queso are making mistakes defensively. Yeah, no leave of this lobby from Joyo, so it looks like he's going to stay in this.
He might know where it is. It might be in the settings there. He's got it. It's
oh,
like
true.
Emergency Octane right there. If Champions Field break the glass. No, he's sticking with it.
Still going
he's
for the
with it.
Same card. Well, this is going to be interesting. Queso sticking to their game plan, just like EG sticking with theirs. Let's see who triumphs in the Clash of Styles. It goes all the way to Game 7.
Catalysm just takes his time, immediately gives the ball over to Ivan. In Queso, where they want to be to start off with, can they steal some boosts and find a way through? It's Joyo actually going to be the one tasked with trying to deal with this. He does do that. He can continue to play. Almost found Catalysm's car. Now Rise, not there with the reset. Who's going to get the first breakaway goal? Catalysm off the backboard. Good touch, good second touch from Vatira. Back over to Joyo. Awkward bounce. It's back and forth here to start off. Either of these teams are willing to wait and see. Instead, we're getting demos, we're getting bumps, we're getting passing plays, we're getting air dribbles. Exactly what you want to see from a game 7, but you don't want to be seeing that. Almost handed the ball back over to Ivan.
Yeah, that was not it from Rise, centering the ball as he attempts to clear it. So Catalysm swoops across and takes one man out of the game. Look at Rizix there waiting at the back post for that high ball to come in his direction. Something that EG have been doing all series long. Can EG clutch it up? Can they play a consistent game 7? They've been, honestly, the more consistent team throughout this series so far. They've won 3 game 5s at the group stage this event. You know, losing out in those game 5s, game 7s is something that sort of became an EG trend throughout the season. Only this event, they've been clutch under the maximum pressure.
And this would be the biggest one of them all, Catalysm. Gonna pop over to Ivan, who's gonna have a little bit of time to try and set up here. He's gonna survey the land, figure out where he wants to go. Didn't get much time though. Joyo straight over to put the challenge down. Nice yet again. This is becoming a match where both teams are just trying to find some way of scrambling out their own side of the field. We haven't seen much play outside of that. No one controlling the opponent's side of the field either. Rizix clears. Joyo over to himself. Not the best first touch, but he's got the reset. That tends to be a very good way of resetting not only your ball, not only your car flip, but also your place in the play. Rise's shot blocked by Ivan. First big opportunity for Joyo. He's gone top corner. What a hit by Joyo.
And you know, Joyo's been conditioning them all series long to expect a reset. So no doubt when Joyo flies up to this, Catalysm's thinking, is he going to go for a reset double tap? Is he going to go for a double reset shot? Nope, he's just going to hit it in the top corner. Great mix-up by Joyo, and can you believe it? That is the mix-up, just simply shooting. For Joyo, that is the surprise. And it has worked halfway through the game.
Yep, conditioned them throughout the entire time. Finally reaping the rewards. Only 2.5 minutes away now from another grand finals. Ivan off the backboard, Rizix is around. And so is Vatira. Gets rid of it. Now Catalysm up against the challenge of Rise. Rise does well enough to keep the pressure going. Not good touch from Ivan. Almost, if that was a position where Rise could have turned around for it, could have been 2-0. Evil Geniuses, yes, they want this goal back, but they cannot afford just to hand away another.
Yeah, they got extremely lucky there that Queso did not make a play off that of a free possession. They just gave it to them. Luckily, Queso gave it right back. I don't think they were expecting to get the ball so freely, especially against an EG, who have been so efficient with their possession this series, but they've only got 1 minute and 40 seconds left. We talk about how many chances on net they've been creating game after game. They've only had 4 shots in this one. Not a lot happening in the Queso end.
Yeah, they've spent the majority of this game just trying to figure out how to stay at their own side of the field. And even that hasn't quite worked for them. Maybe a chance here. Booming clear. So as far as it is, Vatira's first touch sets up his second. And as always, EG just finding a way, but that demo opens up some space for them. Ivan tasked with the setup. Just took too long. And Vatira ended up getting there, but this is the first time EG have managed to settle down on the opposing side of the field. They will not want to hand it away, but unfortunately, it's gone against them. Rise sets himself up, takes the challenge, and muscles the ball in.
Queso in game 7, just playing standard after just going for the craziest plays all series long. Now they're actually just bringing it down, going for top corner shots, 50-50 goal in the EG goal line from Rise as well. And it's EG who can't make their touches count. The team who have been playing so simple are getting torn apart here. But what a great look this is for Queso. Second game 7 in a row today where they're the team to step up. They're the team to clutch it up. And I don't see EG coming back here. They've got to completely throw caution to the wind. But it's all gone wrong at the end of game number 7. At the end of a great tournament for Evil Geniuses.
That's yet again that Team Queso showing us that there are so many wrinkles into the way they can play this. We saw this version of Queso against BDS yesterday. Reserved Queso that wanted to pick their battles. Didn't have it for the majority of this series, but when it has turned up, it has resulted in a drubbing in Champions Field. There's the bump. That would have been a BM goal if there ever was one. Rise was looking for the hat trick. Off the backboard. Touch there from Vatira. I think they're comfortable right now, Johnny, as they look to try and stamp their ticket through to the grand finals.
Yeah, they've done it. Queso gonna get that rematch with BDS. And Queso, who are seemingly doubling their fans every single event these days, gonna give that long-range 50-50 goal to EG, but there's no potential for a comeback. It is completely impossible with only a second of the clock. You can score in 1 second, but they'd need 2 for us to even tell you that there's a 1% chance here.
We would need
nothing
goal
but ceremony at
reset
this point.
off, and even then, it's going to be very, very tight.
Yeah, Evil Geniuses, they've had a great event. They're still in with a fantastic chance to make in the major. Queso confirmed themselves as the EU #1 at the end of this event, regardless of what happens in the final. But more importantly, can they go back-to-back? They beat BDS, or they beat Dignitas, sorry, first try. Well, they also beat BDS first try last weekend, or 2 weeks ago as well, but they've beaten Dig first try in the grand final last time. Now they've got to come from lower bracket and do it. Different journey. Okay, so eyes on the prize. Is there anything this team can't do?
We're still finding the limits. This is what's so exciting when we get a team like this emerge as quickly as Team Queso have. Yes, they were the team that we had eyes on, but you never expected to happen this quickly. Team Queso have confirmed themselves as one of the teams to beat. They are right up there now. And it just makes qualifying in that top 5 all the more difficult. Something that Evil Geniuses are going to have to refocus on going into the next tournament. But one team as well that can qualify is BDS, and they are waiting. They are hungry, and they want to book their spot at LA. We're going to find out after this break whether or not they can do it, as the grand finals is coming soon.